Hi everyone, and yes, it's coming. Hola, aloha, ciao, salut, ni hao, namaste, ohayo, yagamashima, zdravstvuyte, privet, bună, dzień dobry, sziasztok, hello, and then also xin chào, yabasiya, salam alaikum, saskriakal, and marhaban. Phew. Welcome, international people of the world. My name is Brunel. If you don't know, so Anastasia Beverly Hills decided to just grace us with a whole bunch of products all in one day. It is part of being a glamorous and having a soft glam look. I managed to get 2 items. This one, of course, boom, 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 which is the Soft Glam Palette, which has 14 eyeshadows, of which there are 5 shimmers and the rest are mattes. It is nice and neutral and with soft, beautiful colors. There it is. And also I managed to get myself a bronzer, which I was trying to find. This is a bronzer, and this is the color shade. And this is the darkest shade that they had, which is in mahogany, and it's meant to be able to blend into your skin super, super nice and easy. So if you want to know my thoughts, because I created this look, then keep on watching. All right, so I'm going to try and use as many matte shades as possible. So I think we'll start with this one here, which is called Burnt Orange. And we'll see, and just tapping it, you have to be super, super gentle. There is a bit of fallout, so it is all about being super gentle. Let's see if there's any kind of fallout. Not much fallout at all, but on the brush itself actually, so it's not powdery, but there is actually a bit of fallout on the actual actual shade itself. So we shall see how pigmented it is. Ooh, now you can see a bit of powder, dust falling, but it is pigmented. I can tell it is definitely flesh tone, but it's so nice. Blends in so easy. Ooh, very, very nice. Very easy to blend. I hope you can actually see it. Next, we're going to move into the next shade, which I believe is this one here, and that is a Rustic. And again, a bit less fallout. You do have to be gentle. I can see that if you started digging into this, so it's just gentle taps. If you started digging into it, you will be actually just wasting your product. And again, fallout, just a tiny little bit. And let's see. Ooh, oh yeah, definitely very, very pigmented. Blends in super, super easy. This is such easy work. Really, it wouldn't take much time at all to create a makeup look so far with these 2 shades. Nice and easy. A lazy person's kind of palette, I say, because it means that you don't have to spend too much time blending away at the colors. Next shade is this one called Sienna, and let's just try that. Same consistency as the others. Gently tapping. There is a bit of fallout, you can see, but this one actually you have to be this one you have to be a bit more gentle than the others, and just to see how much color payoff. Oh, you see that? Oh hell yeah, very, very pigmented. Only needs a tiny amount of effort. I'm just concentrating that in my crease area to help deepen that color shade, and also help deepen that color shade. You know what I mean? To help kind of deepen all the different colors, and you can see how pigmented it is. Very, very nice. Moving on to the next shade, which is going to be this one here, which is like a burgundy-ish type of shade, and this one is called Mulberry. And again, I'm just tapping it. Ooh, this one's going to have more fallout. You have to be gentle. This one's a lot softer than the others. Hopefully you can see it. You really have to gently tap this one because there's a more fallout than the other. If you are not gentle with this one, you will ruin it. Yeah, so let's see how much color payoff there is and just see. Okay, so it's not dusty, but let's see. Ooh, oh my god. Oh yeah. Oh, can you? Oh yeah. This is pigmented. Look at that beauty. Look. Yeah, this is so far, this has got to be my favorite color at this palette. It is so pigmented and so easy to blend as well. And you can see, ooh, wow. I'm trying to think what kind of look I'm going to create here, and I think I'm going to smoke out, just have black at the bottom, or I might actually go for the dark grey, which is it's almost like a dark greyish brown, which is this one here, this one, and that one is called Cypress Amber. I think that's what we'll be doing. So I'm just going to actually build it from the corner and then blend it outward. And it is so pigmented. This one is Mulberry, is beautiful. And just to see on the lid itself, can you see how much color payoff there is on that? Ooh, oh hell yeah. So we're gonna go and apply a shimmer shade, and that's going to be this one, Sultry. And let's see whether it's easier to apply it. Ooh, this is so soft. It is. Oh wow. You only need your fingers. It is super soft, so you have to be very gentle. Very nice. I'll see whether it makes it more intense applying it with a brush. You never know, especially a wet brush. So let's see if that makes any difference and what's the best way to apply it. I'm just going to wet the brush. And see if that intensifies everything. So you have to be super gentle when applying it with a brush. Oh hell yeah. Okay. Definitely easier with a brush. Change my mind. Surprise, surprise. I'm going to add this other shade as well, which is called Rose Pink in the middle. And see, I'm just trying to use as many shades as possible. So Rose Pink, just on the center of my eyelid. Oh yeah, to help intensify the color shade. Don't mind the nails, they're all falling off one by one. I've only got 2 left, 1 on each hand. Look at that. So it does intensify the color shade just on the eyelid itself, the center of the eyelid. See the difference? Definitely can see the difference. Alright, so I'm just going to go and apply foundation, and then we shall move on to the bronzer. Foundation is on, and so is concealer and so on. Just before I move on to the bronzer itself, I'm just going to go underneath my eyes. I'm going to keep it with the same color, Mulberry, that one here. And yeah, I can already tell Mulberry is one of those that you're going to have to be careful about, because being too forceful swirling your brush will just ruin the whole thing, and you're going to have a lot of fallout. So with that, I'm just going to apply Mulberry. Actually, I changed my mind. I decided not to apply the black underneath, keeping it simple. I'm just applying that under my eye. As you can see, it's very, very well pigmented. I love this shade. Okay, so that's done for the eyes. I've applied this color here, which is called a bronze, on the inner corners of my eyes. I still got to clear it because there's a bit of fallout, so you do have to be careful with that if you're going to use it on the inner corners of your eyes, which is why, thank God, I haven't put a finish off my powders. I'm going to be able to wipe that off, so don't you worry about that. And now we're just going to try the bronzer, which is actually this color shade. And I'm looking at the bronzer and I'm thinking that's not quite gonna work really, because this is my usual foundation. This is Cola with a K from Fashion Fair. And this works really well for me, and it has enough red and so on in there to kind of counteract any kind of yellow foundations or stuff that I put on my face, and it works perfectly. Now this is the bronzer, which has got a bit of red in it, but I prefer my bronzer to be darker than this. I nearly dropped it, oops. And this is in Mahogany, and this was the darkest shade that they have of the bronzers. And this doesn't even come anywhere near the CoverGirl, which is a classic for somebody of dark skin. This is nowhere near it, but you know what? We've got it. Let's test it out. Brand new brushes from Juvia's Place. I've got those on offer on I was just going to say eBay, Beauty Bay. And yeah, so we're just going to apply the bronzer. Let's apply this and try it as a, maybe let's see if it works out as a contour instead. So, oh no, okay, that's not going to work as a contour at all. And as a bronzer, let's try and apply it on my forehead and see whether it makes any difference. It literally disappears into the skin. I think I need something a bit more, a deeper shade, something more like a CoverGirl kind of light, well, you know, kind of shade. This is way too light. So if you are my skin shade, and I'm not as light skin as it shows on the camera, because that's just the kind of the brightness and lighting that kind of affects that. I'm quite deep skin. This is not going to work as a bronzer for you. It is super powdery. It is it's nice and light and will blend in. If this is the color, the right color shade for you, this would be lovely, because it kind of disappears into the skin. But as you can see here, this is really not doing much. I don't think it's not doing it much for me at all, skin wise and bronzer wise. I need something a lot darker, or at least one shade darker. So if you are darker than me, forget it. And this was the darkest one. Maybe I'm applying bronzer incorrectly, but I don't think so. If I am, please correct me and let me know. But I don't think this is actually doing anything for me at all. No. So bronzer is a no for me, absolutely not. So I'm just gonna go finish off the rest of my face and then come back to you guys and let you know my final thoughts about the two, as if you don't know about one of them. I'm going to use my usual contour and yeah, and sort my face out. See you in a moment. Right, I am finished. Okay, now straight onto my thoughts. First of all, let's start off with the powder. This powder, the bronzer powder. Now it does claim at the back here that it is creates a natural matte traceless finish for buildable coverage. I would agree with that. It really does. It disappears into the skin so beautifully that if this is the right shade for you, you'd be happy with this bronzer. For me, it's a regrettable no, because it's for me £29 wasted, because it doesn't do anything for me as a bronzer. It's not deep enough, and this is the deepest shade. And if you are darker than me, then you've got no bloody chance whatsoever. Neither have I, actually, as it turns out. But I might actually end up being able to use this as actually a powder when I don't want to put major makeup on. I might be able to get away with this and just apply it as a powder, and that's it. And, you know, do my eyebrows, which need to be done, otherwise they're non-existent. And a little, you know, it's something. A neutral lip, and that is more than enough. So it will be useful, but I wouldn't buy this again at all with the purpose of it being a bronzer, because it doesn't do anything for someone of my skin tone. It's a no. It's an absolute no. Although it is formula wise, it is traceless, it is beautiful, disappears into the skin, blends in super easy. You're lucky if you get yours. Worth getting if you can get your color shade. So that's that. Now onto the palette itself. Now it has got its pluses and it has got its minuses, in my opinion. Let's get through the nose as to why you would not buy this palette. First of all, the first thing is the actual packaging. I've got a problem with the packaging. It is like a velour soft packaging, but it's one that retains any kind of marks, any kind of stain. It stays on it. Now, I'm a kind of person who will sit down and do my makeup wearing all white and won't get anything on my makeup. Honestly, I can. I'm the kind of person who will go out wearing all white and travel on the tube and on buses and so on, which is utter madness. But I will do it and stay white throughout the rest of the day. But this thing is already marked, as you can see here, discolorations and all sorts of stuff here. And I do not like that. I don't like something that makes it look as if it's dirty. I had a similar feeling with the Jaclyn Hill Morphe palette combo, and that also annoyed me to bits. But at least with that one, you could actually wipe it. This one, you can't. So I do not like that about it at all. The other thing is that why this will be a no is, let's face it, the color shades in here are not unique. You probably, if you are into neutral shades, you would have many of these color shades and black and so on. You would already have these colors. So this is not unique in color shades at all. And then on top of that, you've also got a price point of £43. Those will be the reason why I would say this is a no palette. However, if £43 is not a problem and you have it to splurge and you like your neutral palette and neutral eyeshadows, this is well worth getting. The reason for this, why I'm loving this palette and I can see myself reaching for this again and again, is, as it states here, is from Day to Night palette, which obviously with the blacks and so on, you can smoke things out and have it as a nighttime thing. This is a palette I'm going to be reaching on a daily basis for work, because you've got the kind of the neutral color shades in there. But more than anything, the most important thing for me, I'm learning to apply makeup. I'm not an expert. So getting used to blending and so on is something that I'm learning myself. And I'm eating my own hair. Get off. Sorry about that. Hair wants to be eaten. But yes, I'll be reaching for this on a daily basis because of the color shades, but because of the blendability. That is a word, isn't it? It's so easy to blend. It really is a beauty. If you are getting ready for work, you don't want a palette where you're going to be spending ages trying to blend all the color shades in. This thing is so easy. 10 minutes at the most. You can have yourself 2 color shades, 2 mattes, and also a shimmery shade on your lid, and you are ready to go. Or you can even go with just the mattes and cut yourself some time. 5 minutes or blending, you could easily get a creative look with this. The colors, I cannot say it enough, so easy to blend. If you have got much time, this is fantastic. If you're a lazy person who wants to blend things super easy without putting too much effort in, this is fantastic. And also added to that, they are so well pigmented. And on top of swatches, and I made a mess of the swatches, but there were swatches here. Let's just say that all the shimmery swatches are so easy. One little tap, and then you glide your finger, job done. Didn't have to dip in at all, back in again. And also with the matte, you can see even the black is so super dark. This one here was the mulberry color shade, which I ended up wiping because this is take 2. I forgot to do something, so I've had to re-record this. Sorry. But they actually swatch really nicely as well. And more important than anything, because personally for me, I don't really care how something swatches. What matters the most is how it blends into your eyes, because sometimes you can have something that swatches fantastic. When it comes to blending it, it's a pile of crap. And then sometimes you can have something that swatches really badly, but when you blend it, it is so nice and the pigments come out. On this one, you clearly can see that all the pigments are there, and I would say it's a definite yes for me. So, as usual, thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. I do appreciate it. It also allows YouTube to be able to suggest my videos to other people, so everyone else gets to watch it as well. Thank you very much, and I will speak to you guys very soon. Bye.